There are two kinds of pain in life. The pain life gives you, and the pain you keep repeating inside your own mind. Most people don't realize this. It's not just what happened to you that keeps you stuck. It's the quiet ways you that pain, the patterns you slip into without even noticing. In this episode, we're going to walk through 5 hidden traps of suffering: self-blame, numbing, story addiction, spiritual bypass, isolation, not as theory, as the real ways we say, "I'm fine," while carrying a storm inside. If even one of these feels like you, stay with me till the end. Not to feel worse about yourself, but to finally see what your heart has been doing to survive. Take a slow breath. Ask yourself gently, which of these traps am I living in? Let's begin. First, we start with the most familiar one, the one that feels honest, but quietly destroys you from the inside. Trap 1 of suffering: self-blame. It was never all your fault. Trap 1 of suffering is self-blame. It sounds like, it's all my fault. If I was better, this wouldn't have happened. Self-blame feels honest, but it's a trap. Pain comes from many things: other people's wounds, old patterns, life itself. Self-blame turns it all into a courtroom in your head, where you are always guilty. There's a difference between responsibility and self-attack. Responsibility says, "This is my part. I can learn." Self-blame says, "I am the problem." One helps you grow. The other keeps you stuck in the same pain, again and again. Comment self-blame if you recognize this trap. Share this drop with someone who blames themselves for everything. Maybe you heard your own inner voice in that. When everything goes wrong, you point the finger only at yourself and call it being responsible. But when self-blame gets too heavy, many hearts slide into the next trap. You don't break down, you switch off. On the outside, you look normal. On the inside, you're gone.
Hi, baby. I see you. These days you come home, drop your bag, say I'm fine, but your eyes look so far away.
Yeah, at least you said it. I'm just empty. At work I joke, perform, take on more, but inside, it's like I'm not even there.
I got you. I know why you feel empty. You take all that heaviness, and you cover it with "I'm fine." You keep moving, keep doing. But that's not fine, dear. That's you numbing what you really feel.
That's the trap of numbing. You stay busy so you never sit with your own heart.
Just for a moment, don't run. Sit with me, breathe. Let yourself feel, even a little.
Numbing isn't peace, it's pain wearing the mask of, "I'm okay." When you stop feeling, you start drifting. And in that drifting, there's another trap waiting. One that feels very true, because it's based on what happened. But you turn it into the only story you know. You repeat it for years, until your pain becomes your whole identity. That's trap 3, story addiction.
Can I ask you something? Do you realize this is the same story you've told me for 3 years?
What do you mean? I'm just explaining what happened to me.
I know, but you tell it at work, to new people, to old friends. Every time we meet, we end up here again.
That's story addiction. Your pain becomes a script you know by heart. You replay every detail, who did what, how much it hurt, but nothing inside you moves. The story gets tighter. Your identity becomes the one who was hurt.
I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm saying you deserve a life beyond this one story.
Trap 3 of suffering is when your wound becomes who you are. When the story gets heavy, many of us reach for something higher to cope. We use big words: karma, lesson, divine plan, and yes, they're a deeper intelligence to life. But there is also a way we use spirituality to dodge our own heartbreak. That's trap 4, spiritual bypass.
You keep saying, it's karma, it's fine, everything happens for a reason, but your eyes say it's not fine.
What else can I say? If I don't call it karma or destiny, I'll fall apart.
Falling apart for a while is more honest than pretending you're above the pain.
This is spiritual bypass. You use big words, acceptance, soul lesson, divine plan, but you never actually let your heart break. You look calm on the outside, but inside, the wound never gets to bleed, so it never gets to heal.
You're not weak if you cry. You're not less spiritual if you say, this really hurt me.
Trap 4 of suffering is using spirituality to escape feeling, instead of letting it hold you while you feel. And when even spirituality becomes another mask, when you feel tired of explaining, tired of justifying, tired of not being understood, many hearts disappear into the final trap. Not loudly, quietly. They still show up. They still smile. But when the door closes, trap 5 of suffering, isolation, suffering alone in silence.
Hey, you didn't come yesterday. You don't pick calls. You leave messages on read. Where do you go when you disappear like that?
I'm just tired. I don't want to dump my stuff on anyone. Everyone has their own problems.
But you're not protecting us. You're punishing yourself. You cry alone, overthink alone, and then tell everyone, I'm okay.
This is isolation. Trap 5 of suffering. You believe no one will understand, or you'll be too much. So you carry everything alone, and your pain grows louder in the dark.
You don't have to tell the whole story today. Just start with one sentence. I'm not okay. Can you sit with me?
You're not a burden. You're a human who hurts. If you're still here, breathe for a moment and notice this. You didn't just watch 5 traps of suffering. You watched your own patterns being held up to the light. Self-blame, numbing, story addiction, spiritual bypass, isolation. These are not proofs that you're broken. They're the ways your heart tried to survive when it didn't know what else to do. Now, you see them. And once you see a trap, you're not fully trapped by it anymore. So here's what I want you to do. Not for the algorithm, but for your healing. If one trap hit you the hardest, comment its name below. Self-blame, numbing, story, bypass, or isolation. Let that comment be a quiet promise. I see this in me. I'm ready to slowly change it. If someone's face came to mind while you were watching, send this episode to them. You never know which sentence might feel like a hand on their shoulder. If this spoke to your soul, like this video so it can find more hearts that are secretly drowning in silence. And if you want to keep walking this path with me, to go deeper into how to step out of these traps, to learn softer ways to hold your pain, and to remember you're not alone in this, subscribe to Conscious Drops and turn on the bell so you don't miss the next episodes to come. This journey isn't about becoming perfect. It's about suffering a little less and living a little more honestly with the heart you already have.